Hello, this is Hooked by Happenstance. I'm Kendra, and it is Sunday evening, and it is time for my Sunday sunrise. It has been a minute since I've made one of these. I guess I did post recently, well, recently-ish, about my word/acronym for the year. If you haven't seen my video about joy, J-O-Y, you should check that out. But I have been really leaning into delight-led activities for all members of my family, and that has just eaten up a lot of my creative and crafty time. And so these videos haven't been getting made because I knew that I was not able to pick a list of things to prioritize because things have been all over the board. So this week is really no different, but I am making a list of things that need accomplishing because my office is a hot mess. My schedule's a little bit of a hot mess. We are going on a little trip here this week for a couple of days, and so that's gonna eat into some time, and planning for it's gonna eat some time. But I have some things that I'd like to finish up because they're kind of hanging over my head at this point. So I made a little list here so we can talk about them. The way that I like to make these lists is to attempt and be non-self-defeating. So I try to make manageable goals in a small enough quantity that I can actually make progress on each of them. Also, that is a key point. I try to look at these goals not as things that need to be completely finished, but areas where work should occur. So it can kind of help to focus my energies, but hopefully not make me feel terrible if I don't get all of these things done. Because sometimes I can lean toward the laundry list of items and I think I will get them all done in an hour, and it's not realistic. So let's look at my small list. The first two things on the list are things that I am working on, and I think is where the majority of my crafting time and energy will go until they are completed. First thing is my Tiny Tales blanket, which is a project that I've been working on for the last week. The project and video surrounding it should be coming out about this time next week, so keep your eyes out for that. Next is a shawl design that has been all-consuming of my life. If you watch my vlogs that are coming out this coming week, they basically chronicle. They chronicle my obsession with this shawl design project and what I've been doing. And I've spent many, many hours working on the multiple iterations of this shawl, and I'm very happy with it. I still have not made the final version of it, but I'm the final version of the pattern is coming together, but this is not the yarn choice I see in my head. Hopefully that will be forthcoming eventually. Next is a project I want to work on, have not started, but have finally decided on colors for, which is the fiber doppelganger that I need to make for my sister. And she would like it to be named Apricot Lit. Apricot Lit has not come to fruition yet, because I was trying to decide which yarns I wanted to use. But I made a decision last night when my daughter was picking yarn out for a project of mine. She's borrowing some balls of yarn for a centerpiece thing. And she pulled out a ball and I was like, yep, that's Apricot Lit's dress. So I'm going to steal, actually it's mine, so I'm going to take back some of my yarn, make the dress before she borrows the balls. And I would hope to get the rest of that done because I would like to move forward with other potential pick-a-patrons and things that happen in the Let Peach Lit Play With My Crafty Life series that I have not done anything with because I'm stalled out on this project. But I am also making it a point to not film more Let Peach Lit Play With My Crafty Lives till I finish the challenge in the one that I've done. Because sometimes I'll just film the videos and never do the challenges, and what's the point in that? That's not helping me. It might be entertaining you, but there needs to be a nice balance of entertainment versus progress. So that's where I'm at on Apricot Lit. Then down here are two things that I need to just sit down and get some work done on. I need to weave in the ends on a sweater. I need to weave in the ends on a blanket. I started working on the sweater the other night. It's striped, has two ends for each stripe. It's a lot of ends. There's a lot of stripes. What was I thinking? Past Kendra just thought future Kendra would deal with it. Now I am future Kendra and I'm like, yeah, not so impressed with the stripes, but I will enjoy the sweater when it's done. I just need to sit down and watch a thing and not be distracted by any other activities and get those ends woven in. So it will happen. Hopefully that will happen this week. And actually, I might bring that as a project to do on my trip. I am intending to not bring very much like yarny stuff with me. That way I just don't have options to do these things, and I have to do the other things that I am planning on doing while I'm there. So I don't know, but I think I actually might bring those to do, because then I'd have to weave in the ends. I have a car trip each way, so that's a good end weaving activity. That might be the plan, to weave ends in the car. And then finally here in the middle, we have 2 things that are video related. I need to film, edit, upload, all the things. The Yarn Tales video with the reveal of shawl number 3, the green shawl, because I washed it last week, I blocked it, it's beautiful, but I haven't filmed the video yet. It's just been a little warm to actually wear it, so that also has kind of stalled me on doing it. Some of the other ones, the videos, I film them pretty quickly because I want to wear the item, and I don't like to show myself wearing the item in videos till I've talked about it. But right now, the thought of wearing that shawl is quite stifling. But I know that it will be delightful come October. In October, I'll be all about that shawl. So that's one thing on my list. And also, I want to continue making progress on shawl number 4 in the series, which is my yellow shawl. And you should see videos starting that coming out here shortly. So just kind of keep rolling with Yarn Tales. I took, like I said, a little break from making and posting very many videos, and that's okay. So I'm just trying to not make it like a hard stop. Maybe just like it was a break, and now I'm back to doing things at a manageable pace. We'll see. I tend to move in fits and starts, and I'm just trying to accept that as the reality of life. I would recommend that you take this opportunity to take a look at your week ahead. What do you have going on? What can you realistically accomplish? And what things do you kind of want to be focusing your attention on? It doesn't really matter what you're focusing your attention on, so long as you're doing it intentionally, I think. So think of those things, and even if they seem selfish or like nobody else would think those should be priorities, if they seem priorities to you, go ahead and do those things, because those are the things that you will actually get accomplished. And I think it is easier to accomplish things like when they're passion projects. Like that shawl design, if I had had a deadline and a plan and like, you need to have this done by this date or whatever, I think I would have stalled out a long time ago. But since I have just been really into it and let myself go with that whole passion project concept, I have been successful thus far. So anyways, that is everything on my end. I will hopefully see you next Sunday-ish. Have a good week. Bye!